The following video is made for adult audiences. It is not made for children. It is made for adult fans of toys, as well as vintage memorabilia. Hey y'all! So, now is the time where I'm going to be unboxing the doll that you voted for on my community tab. I set up a poll and I asked you whether you wanted to see me unbox this Bratz Winter Girls Roxy doll, or if you wanted to see me unbox a Sindy doll as well as a Sindy fashion pack. And drumroll, you decided that I should be unboxing the Sindy doll. Now this groom Paul that I got at a flea market, his time has come. He had been looking at her longingly and wanted to free her out of the box to be reunited with her. So yeah, Paul, your wish has come true. In addition to unboxing this Dream Bride Sindy, I'm also going to be taking a look at this stylishly 90s Sindy fashion pack from her Chic collection, which seems to be kind of like Sindy's answer to Barbie's Fashion Avenue fashion packs. Now this Dream Bride White Dream Sindy was released by Hasbro in the early to mid 90s, I believe. And when you look at the box, she's displayed in a window that kind of has this pagoda around her, which looks like it's going to be a wedding reception that takes place outside. And I also love the fact that they illustrated the veil in the background of the box, which kind of gives it a bit more of a romantic flair, makes the doll look kind of like she's flowing in the wind. That's super pretty. The bag also has an illustration of Sindy's. Now this one is also very pretty. You can see her in this garden background. While I'm usually not a fan of wedding dolls in general, like bride dolls, they always come with a white dress, so there's nothing super exciting about them. I do kind of miss the whole romantic nature and the softness of a doll like this, because today's dolls and playline dolls in general today are all very in your face and very harsh looking. And don't get me wrong, I do like that as well. I love everything that's fierce, but I think the only place where you can find very soft and romantic fashion dolls today is Japan and Asia. They still have a penchant for that when it comes to everything that's very romantic and elegant. And I kind of wish that we might get stuff like this more often in Western fashion dolls. Just a quick look at the top of the box for anyone that's interested. And this is the way the bottom of the box looks. It says that the contents of the box include the Dream Bride Sindy, a wedding dress, a veil, a floral crown, earrings, necklace, as well as shoes. And there's a production date of 1993, produced by Hasbro International. Now the only other bridal doll that I have is this 2010s era Barbie. She's, I think, 2009 or 2010's I Can Be Bride doll. And I think she's very pretty. I love the fact that she's limp-wristed. She's like, hey girl, hey. Hey, how you doing? And that's pretty awesome. And she's also very pretty. And that's the one thing that I love about bridal dolls, that they always are very pretty. Even if the dress is, in the end, just a plain white dress with tons of tulle. So here we have Sindy out of the box. You can see that the two pieces are secured with some cotton thread to ruche up the dress and make it look so much prettier when it's in box and displayed on shelves. You can see her pair of bridal pumps. So we have her out of the box and we have this happening. It seems like her hip was smashed. I have no idea why. I did tell a friend of mine that whenever I come across a Sindy at a flea market or a thrift store, I always feel like one of her limbs is super loose. So I generally feel like this is a production problem of Sindy's, that, I don't know, the plastic they used is brittle and kind of disintegrates over time inside of a leg. So yes, this unboxing has kind of become cursed. This is a cursed wedding of Sindy's. This is such a shame because she's such a beautiful doll and her dress is so pretty. And then you have this happening. I just got her out of the box and then boom, her leg falls off. Kind of feel like the BFF doll from my previous unboxing cursed me after I accidentally pulled off her leg. Now I have to look at a few tutorials. I think 1000 Splendid Dolls has a couple of tutorials showing how to repair a leg like this, which is a bummer, but I have an unboxing to finish, so let's continue. I love the amount of layers this dress has. Like, there's a layer of soft tulle here, then we have some more textured mesh fabric, then you have this fabric above it, another layer of mesh, you have this two pieces that flare out along Sindy's hips. Now I took off the whole dress to look at it in more detail. I love these flower pieces along the bust area that are stitched onto the bodice of the dress. And there are also a couple of pieces on the shoulder parts. So this dress is a super detailed looking, very nicely made, very nicely constructed, with beautiful fabrics used, and quality wedding gown. I really love it. There's also tons of glitter around the mesh parts, and there are these silver studs that are glued onto the dress, as well as a couple of diamond shaped rhinestones. So you have a mix of different fabrics and different materials used, and it's a super pretty gown. Now Sindy herself has this pearl collar around her neck that has this pearlescent sheen to it. She wears these flower shaped earrings, and her veil is stitched into her head. Also has these flower details, and it poofs out into this mesh fabric, and it's secured into a ponytail with an elastic band. Her hair has some beautiful waves and curls to it, and is this shiny soft platinum blonde hair. So I temporarily fixed Sindy by draping an elastic band around her hips so that her legs won't fall off again, because we still have a fashion pack to look at and she needs all of her limbs to get dressed up in it. And now I put on her pair of sensible pumps. What I do love about Sindy is the fact that her feet are, if not realistically proportioned, they're sized in a way that is kind of a bit more normal than a standard Barbie that has these teeny tiny weeny feet. And speaking of her body proportions, that's part of the reason why I bought this fashion pack, because Sindy has a slimmer figure than Barbies from the 80s and 90s. Therefore she wouldn't fit Barbie's clothing properly, as well as Barbie's shoes. They don't fit Sindy's feet as well. So I got this fashion pack to be able to dress this bridal doll up in a way that's a bit more modern and casual. You can see that this fashion pack consists of this one-piece bodysuit, which has the illusion of a pair of lilac pants and a button-up shirt that's a bit more flouncy. She also wears this colorful vest. And overall, this look is very early 90s. It gives me the Nanny. Fran Drescher used to wear a lot of these types of white shirts with a colorful vest over it. Vests like these were very popular in the early 90s because fashion houses like Moschino used to put them out. And also Dolce & Gabbana had a lot of patchwork vests that were super colorful like these in the early 90s. So this look is very on point and very on trend, very fashionable. She also comes with lilac pumps in the same color as the trousers. She has this brick phone from the early 90s and this gold necklace. The Chic collection has illustrations that give off this big city feel. I love that fashion dolls used to place their dolls in this city style and nightlife and big city environment. It was kind of more interesting to me than, say, high school or suburban settings, because growing up I always wanted to go and live in the big city. In the back you can see other fashions from this fashion pack that were used and sold, and I would love to get my hands on all of them because they look all super amazing, super 90s, very fashionable, very Sindy. So I got this one-piece bodysuit out, and there's a bit of a stain on the back of one of the sleeves, which isn't super bad because it's the back, so you won't really see it. The thing is that this bodysuit was attached with cotton thread to this plastic wrap. It's the first time that I see it be attached to kind of a plastic foil instead of the cardboard, so this was kind of new to me. Both the bodysuit as well as the vest have these plastic tabs that click into place, and they don't use Velcro. If anyone has a trick on how to get clothing over old school bodies with rubbery legs much easier and faster, please let me know in the comments down below, because this is taking ages and is quite the hassle. So before I put on the vest, I wanted to show you quickly a first look, which is the bodysuit on its own. And I gave her her wedding pumps as well as her wedding necklace to kind of make it an alternative look to the one that you're going to be seeing in a moment. Now this is Sindy after she has picked up work taking care of Mr. Sheffield's kids. I truly am in love with this look. It was worth the struggle putting it on because the way it fits is just perfect. The way the sleeves just poof out and the vest is super tight fitted. The way the trousers are a bit flared out here and tighter around her ankles. This is a super cute look. I'm truly in love with it. Now we can also take a look at the brick phone that Sindy came with. And while I have no idea how to put this on her hands, the cool thing about this phone is the fact that it even comes out with a small antenna that you can slide out and slide back in. It also has these holes here and here. Kind of seems like you could open it, but I don't think this is the case. Maybe these holes are meant to put it around Sindy's thumbs, but I was not able to do so. What I also noticed comparing the vest this fashion pack came with the illustration on the back is the fact that the illustration on the back seems to have a different design. This one has these very cute, colorful illustrations. Kind of sees, I don't know what it says, adjacent red Mexico. Is this Latin? Invest in, I have no idea. Is this kind of a sun? Now the motifs used on the vest are all very beautiful. I suppose this is somebody with a sombrero on, so it could be Mexico. But the one you see here seems to have this shiny, maybe even alligator skin or snake skin, and is different from the vest that the fashion pack eventually came with. So there you have it, folks. This was my unboxing, struggle, and sad story of having Sindy's leg fall off. No, this was of course a super beautiful doll in a super beautiful dress, and I'm really glad to have gotten her, despite the fact that I need to be fixing her leg. But I mean, the fact that she's in this bodysuit with this elastic around her hip is making it very stable. So if I were to display her, I could just display her as such, and I wouldn't need to even fix her up. But I did keep all of the plastic pieces that seem to have broken off, and I believe that by super gluing those back onto her hips and then attaching her leg onto it again, I might be able to rescue her. But if not, I'll just put her on a stand the way she is now. I do need to fix her hair up, because after taking down her bridal ponytail, it's in a bit of a rough state, and her bangs could also use a bit of a adjustment. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a dislike if you thought this video was trash. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I'll be uploading a video related to fashion dolls past, present and future every week. And we might see each other in my next video. Hopefully with all limbs attached. Bye for now.